Don't knock over the camera this time. ChiBro and Sons presents The Road to Kelowna. Well, for me, it's now week 5 of The Road to Kelowna. I know I didn't report last week, but I'm back, and now you have to put up with my yammering, so here goes. So, here's a quick week 4 recap so we can get caught up. I was sick on Wednesday, so I stayed home. It sucks, but it's better to rest and recover so you can actually hit the gym instead of not going for the rest of the week. Bench was 1 plate 10, attempting 6x6. I finished that week with 4 successful sets, and my last 2 I only went to sets of 5. Squats I definitely wasn't done on my A game, but I did that week with 1 plate 10 for 6x10. Deadlifts I did 2 plate for 3x6, and then I went to 2 plate 2.5 for another 3x6. So I'm pretty much going to end that recap with just the compounds. Now for week 5, which is PR week. Yay! So, starting out with bench as always, I definitely hit a new PR. 1 plate 10 or 195 pounds. I definitely felt like a beast coming out of that one. Of course, I was going to try for that round 200, but I couldn't manage to get it out of the hole. The rest of the week I was focusing on dumbbell presses, mainly because bench was just simply not available in the gym, but it's just a good idea. Nothing really to report that is anything spectacular there. I've got a good deal of work to do with dumbbell presses though. So squats. This is the one I actually really came away from feeling like a Norse dinosaur. We already know Norse god versus dinosaur. Yeah, Norse dinosaur wins every time. 2 plate 20 or 265 pounds. Yep. So I actually can now squat more than my body weight. So bailed on a 270, but this definitely exceeds my previous PR, so I'm good with that. Finished this week doing leg presses because I messed up my back in my sleep on Saturday. Still went for 287.5 pound leg presses for a 6x6, so didn't do quite the same work, but I definitely had to get something done, so. I mean, what with only 1 month left before Kelowna. Alright, deadlifting. By no stretch, this is my worst lift, especially for how heavy I am. Like for my weight, this is definitely my worst lift. But even so, I definitely landed a PR at 2 plate 30, so 285 pounds. Afterwards, I did a 2 plate for 5x6 just to get my reps in because, you're only going to deadlift once in a week. Although I might start doing light sumo lifts throughout the week as well, just to work on butt muscle activation. Because when I was doing these lifts, I actually found that was the area I was falling behind on. Because I did try for a 290 lift, and was it 290? No, it was a 295 lift, and I could get it kind of off the ground, but couldn't get much further because the muscles just weren't activating. So the sumo lift should hopefully help with that. Now for auxiliaries. Oh yeah, no, we definitely did a lot more work this week than we normally do. I didn't record all of it down on the sheet, so definitely need to find a way to get this all recorded down, because maybe adding some extra lines on the sheet just so that there's actually a home for all of it. But, we did a bunch of leg extension, leg curls, way more leg presses. So let's just get started with that. So bicep curls, still at 25 pounds, not 125 pounds. It'd be kind of a monster curl, but no, still only 25 pounds for a 6x8. And I'm gonna jump up to 30s this week. So far I'm having no issues there, which is good, especially after the pulled tendon in my left arm. I definitely have to keep an eye out for swinging though, because when I hit the bottom, I've been, like, not only have I caught myself, but Anna's also mentioned that every now and then I'm swinging at the bottom and it's kipping. No kipping allowed. Okay. Lat Pull-Downs. I am at 175 pounds for my narrow and mid grips and 150 for my wide. So far so good. I'm able to get 7 reps on all but my last set. There I only hit 5, so definitely still a little bit more work to do there, but it's coming along nicely. This is where the legs, our leg extensions were supersetted in though. So between sets on the pull downs, I was doing a set of 15 on leg extensions, 2 plate. So I honestly should probably raise the weight though, do fewer reps, so get more weight in there. So I'm actually building strength instead of just going for constant hypertrophy on it. That'll hopefully help as well with the squat and the deadlift. So seated rows. Nothing really to report here, honestly. 175 pounds, 6x7. I'm gonna go for another 6x7 before ramping up. This week supersetted with glute bridges, which I am doing at 2 plate. For 6x6, I'm definitely not gonna say that these were clean, but I'm definitely getting the hang of it. So now pec flies. Pec flies, 152.5 pounds for a 6x7, and I ended the week pretty clean to boot. Now I was stuck on this all week, so it was nice to finally land a clean 6x7. So I can do one more and then put the weight up to the next one. I think it's 160 pounds next, so it'll be nice just to boost that up. Back fly, I finished the week with a clean 6x6 at 145. This is where we were supersetting our leg presses in, and on Sunday I was doing 212 pounds for a 6x10. This is about an hour after I was doing leg presses at a much higher weight earlier, so my legs definitely had a bit of a break, but God, they were tired afterwards. Anyways, yeah, so back fly, did a clean 6x6, 145 pounds. Gonna be going up to 6x7, and then from there I'm gonna probably bound, like, if I can get 2 clean, I'll go up from there. Did landmines on Wednesday for a 6x8, 1 plate 10. Didn't have time to do any more throughout the course of the week though, but I think it's safe that for me to move up in weight. Probably throw a 2.5, maybe a 5 on top there. Right. I kind of lied about my Norse dinosaur moment earlier. Face pulls and tricep pulls. So I started doing 150 pound pulls 2 weeks ago, so that was the week I didn't report on. 6x5, and then I started this week at 6x7, completely skipping the 6x6s. I did this twice, clean this week, so on Sunday I take it straight to 160 pounds, 6x6, skipping the 6x5, and this was my Norse dinosaur god moment. And yeah, that pretty much does it for me. I mean, I'm condensing this because I really don't feel like rambling, but I'm rambling now anyways. Well, I'll see you on Kelowna, and remember, together we can face that bar.